A little bit. So this one, what I start doing, instead of going like little increments like I was going before, I'm gonna start going up higher increments to just blend into the top of the hair. Or that. But see, his hair is really good for the fast feeds, because why? He has really thick hair, and the fast feeds will cut through it like nothing. No problem. Yeah, I wouldn't. Halfway open now. We're on the one all halfway open. Then we'll do all the way open. It's a 1.5. It's basically 1.5. And then right now we're gonna do clip over comb, because all this hair, he was telling me that they just left it too long. So we're gonna do clip over comb for this. You see? So all this right here that you guys see, see it? So all this right here, he wants to blend this in more. So this is where I left my one halfway open, and now I'm going on one all the way open. So I'm just gonna go higher and flick out as I go. I could, but he wants to take this down more. He doesn't want to leave all that bulk there. Yeah. You could. I can try it. Is that what you want to see? Alright. So we'll go over Rob's technique. I know we're going to touch into the feather razor in later on this week, or I mean like in 2 or 3 weeks, but we can touch on it right now. It's actually good. It's a good idea. Was that why? Because it's not going to be here? Okay. Still some work to be done, but overall, what do you guys think of the fade? All right, pretty simple, pretty easy. So I'm gonna go. There's more detail work I'll go back and do right now, but I want to go through the haircut first, and then we'll go back and touch the detail work that I need to touch. Like I see a lot of little works that I need to do, but we'll continue on for now. All right, yes, for now, because I like to do the whole haircut first, and then if I need to redo it and read little touch-ups, I'll do it at the end, right? I don't want to redo the touch-ups now and then still have to do work on the rest of the hair. I'll take care of everything first, and then go back and deal with whatever needs to be done. Yeah, sorry. Alright, so we're going to get the style. So he's got some gel in his hair, which is not a huge problem. So we're trying to get rid of what? Right here, right? This bulk? Right, we'll get it. We'll touch that up right now. Okay. So we can see a lot of bulk that was left, right? Okay, so as Mr. Rob had said, we can use a feather razor. So we got the feather razor. We can use one of these, the regular comb. So all I'm going to do really is just come in here.
Use a different comb, bro. Can't see it.
That's crazy.
There we go. It's just a little bit weaker, but it's okay. So we're going to go in with the hair. Look at that, see? We're just going down. Again, this thing it protects us, it protects the client. It's really, really cool. I like using these things, but look, I'm not even really hitting it that much, and that's why we use a comb. So I'm kind of like I would do a clip over comb, but I'm using the shears. Nice little blend.
So you wouldn't use the comb, you would still use the machine?
You could do clip over comb. I just wanted to use this because Rob suggested it, which was a good idea.
Hey, hire me.
So there we go.
Do you always hit it like that?
Yeah, I always go with the grain, with the way the hair is growing. Yeah, you don't want, because if I go like this and I go against it, you're gonna chop it like you would do a normal clip over. Like, so if I was to do clip over comb, I would do the same exact thing. I would come here with the comb, and then I would go with the grain downward. I wouldn't go upward, because if you go upward, you're gonna just leave a patch there, right? So same thing with the shears. It's nothing different. The only difference is that I'm going downward and pulling out, versus clip over comb, I'd go inward and pull out like that. Okay. Thinning shears are a little bit different, huh? the thinning shears, you got to get into the root of the hair. So you do this, and you could probably come in here and just like thin it out. It's hard to do with it, or you could do like this. And I've seen people do the thinning shears like cut up like this. You can do that too, right? It just for me, I just like using the razor. It's fun for me. Like I really like because I'm used to having a razor anyways in my hand. I just like using this thing. It's pretty fun. It's a preference, yeah. It's not really like one's right or wrong. It's just whatever you guys decide to go with. I mean, again, on this section we could do one of three things: clip over comb. We can do clipper over comb. We can do shear over comb. We can do thinning shear over comb. We can do razor over comb. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, right? Yeah. So we're gonna keep hitting this here. A little bit. A little bit. You gotta be careful with it.
Is the client bothered?
I don't know. Are you bothered?
Whatever the client says, stop it. They're hurt.
You can. Then you can change it out.
If you can get ahead.
You wet the hair more. Probably too dry. Right, Angel?
It tugs a little bit.
It's like shaving without
Yeah, I think it's
gel.
not the same thing.
It's just dry.
Better.
Beautiful, look. You don't ever wet the hair when you do this?
I did. I wetted it before. I could put more. You can always put more hair. Let's do that. Hmm. Why?
Oh,
Okay. So, I do it every day. Suck it up. That's fine. Yeah, just some sign in the front somewhere. Alright. How's that look?
that looks amazing.
Alright. Alright. Yeah. Ripped out all your hair. Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult. You gotta get used to it. This one's a really sharp razor. And also depends on the technique and all that stuff. But yeah, sometimes some clients might not find it very, they might not like it because it does pull a little bit sometimes, right? Like your thinning shears. I've done clients where I've done thinning shears and I forget that it's not going to cut all the way through. And sometimes you'll pull the hair out on accident, right? You just got to get used to it. You got to get used to the method of using it and all that good stuff. But any questions on that part? Let me see the time. All right, we'll style them up right now. So I'm going to go back and finish up the fade, clean it up a little bit, but any questions, guys, on any of this stuff? No?
No.
So, what's the main difference you guys see in the way that I fade versus like videos you guys have seen online? Guidelines, right? I do not use guidelines. I don't know. My brain, the way it works, it's just easier for me to just fade as I go, right? Versus making a guideline, going back and fixing it. I fix my lines as I go. So if I have issues, then I will deal with them. But so forgive me right now, guys. Bear with me. I'm still trying to get used to like demoing for everybody with the GoPro and all this stuff, so it's a little bit different. What?
The demo.
Yeah, it's just, so bear with me, guys. I know it's just my cutting techniques are a little bit different. What do you mean? I want to, yeah. Just right here, I see a little bit. I mean, you're gonna see little spots that need to be fixed, things that need to be blended. It's always gonna happen. The one thing you guys want to be very wary of is getting what I call barber eyes. You're gonna want to sit on a haircut for like an hour trying to get these little spots, get these little things like that. It's gonna happen. It's just, we call it barber eyes.
Trying to be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to be perfect, and then the client is the one that ends up paying because they're sitting in the they're sitting in the chair, unless they're sleeping, yeah. But they're sitting in the chair. They want to go home, blah, blah, blah. So just be very wary of that, guys. I also like the feather razor just because I feel like I have a little bit more control over little certain areas. Alrighty. Alright, just gonna go back with you guys always want to be careful around the ears, especially with the
Old people, bro.
yeah, especially with the old people and anybody. Yeah, they do, because you'll. I mean, honestly, think about it. If you want to get a close up, all this right here behind the ear is super sensitive, right? And it's just skin. It's not even like anything crazy. So any little stroke, like with the moving blade, you can. It's a potential to cut them, right? So be very careful around the ears, especially even with the shavers. I would recommend you guys that those of you have shavers or balders, be very careful with these foils, right? They're not metal. They're not gonna not break. They will break on you. So if they break or if there's little holes in these things and you try to bald somebody out, you'll cut them because it's just a basic foil, right? And you're vibrating. So be careful with these things. Make sure you check them. For me personally, I put the cover that it comes with. I put it on this thing every single time. So I leave it in my box. I put it just like that because again, you don't want to have to cut your client, or I did that once. I had one that was all messed up. I didn't even notice it. I was balding some guy's mustache out and literally just had a sick deep cut in it. And I was like, oh crap. And he was drunk, so that's how that goes. You know how that goes. So